winner of this will either take on Han Chan-shi or former world champion Ratchanok Intanon. There'll be good support again. This crowd will be getting behind Han Yue. She had a disappointing exit at the hands of Riko Gunji, which surprised many in the quarterfinals last week. Could there be another potential banana skin here against Natsuki Nidaira, another unheralded Japanese player, you could argue. However, when you see the head-to-head now, she might think, well, I have won all 3 matches, including the Singapore Open very recently, just towards the end of last month.
Right, what you just receive, you will serve.
Quarterfinals of the Singapore Open.
Change of ends called for as well with the coin toss, which suggests these drifty conditions are playing a part out here.
Yeah, now in singles, of course, we'll see that more pronounced. So we'll get a nicer view of it, as it were. And we felt, of course, Bobby, that the drift was behind this player here. So we'll see how that affects her. It was quite pronounced as well, wasn't it? At times.
It looked to be, yes. So Nidaira will be playing with the drift behind her.
27-year-old Natsuki Nidaira from Ibaraki province, or prefecture rather. Diminutive at 163. Her best ranking is 17. That was actually start of last month. Just a bit lower than that at 21. World Junior Championships in 2018, she finished 3rd and has 1 title to her name, the last year's US Open. Han Yue is younger at 125 from southern China. A bit taller as well at 168. She's currently 4th in the world. And when she was 3rd was earlier this year. Asian Championships this year, she was a runner-up. She finished 3rd in 2024. Asia Junior Champion back in 2017. She's got 5 titles to her name on the HSBC BWF World Tour. None this year, but was a runner-up at the Malaysia Masters.
She's such a consistent performer. It was a surprise last week. I guess the home crowd for Riko Gunji of Japan must have played a part, or perhaps something else going on that we weren't aware of. It was a surprising exit in the quarterfinals, but the previous 5 tournaments for Han Yue before that, she's semi-finaled or better. So she's finishing 2 or 3 in every tournament for months and months.
Yeah.
She's very consistent.
In fact, the only tournament where she's had an early exit this year has been the Orleans Masters in the opening round. Otherwise, as you say, Malaysia Open and India Open quarterfinals, semis of the All England, Indonesia and Singapore Opens. Latif Jauhari of Indonesia, our umpire. And of course, finalists at the Malaysia Masters and Asia Championships. Amparo Mecca of Spain is our service judge. Looking at previous appearances in the China Open, only once she got out of the 1st or 2nd round, Han Yue, in 2023. She made the quarterfinals. Natsuki Nidaira. At the China Open, only once before she's been here, in 2023, eliminated in this very round.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, Natsuki Nidaira, Japan. And on my left, Han Yue, China. Natsuki Nidaira to serve. Level. Play.
Unlike her opponent, Nidaira has not gone beyond the quarters this year. The best two performances have been at the Asia Championships and the Singapore Open, where she reached that stage. Otherwise, it's been 7 early round exits for her. It's tough to be playing Han Yue then, isn't it? Here in China.
Yeah, I mean, Han Yue is a very capable player. We've seen her get so close on some big events. You know, 2 times medalist at the Asian Championships, took a silver at the World Tour Finals in December. Silver at the World Junior Championships when she was a few years younger. And, you know, fully deserves that spot in the rankings. You can't argue with that. She's up against the likes of Chen Yufei on her day, An Se-young, but, you know, you look at Wang Zhiyi, Han Yue, at the moment, you know, you wouldn't want to play them in the early stages of the tournament. Yeah. You wouldn't want to play them in the latter stages, really, but but it's a tricky opponent for Natsuki Nidaira. I remember I was at that lovely touch. She's pulling her opponent apart here. The point she's won. Nidaira nowhere near the shuttle. She's a hard-working player, Nidaira. She's lacking that sort of final product, that something special for me. I was at the US Open last year when she beat Bai Wenjiang in the final. I think it was something like 24-22 in the third. It was a really close, high-intensity match. And
yeah, it was 24-22.
At times in the match, both of them looked like they were going to destroy the other one. It's a real dogfight going into the end of the third. A gritty performance from Nidaira, and she had to work so hard all week to get to that position. She doesn't destroy players. She doesn't sort of wipe players off court.
Right.
And I think you look at the match on paper, you look at the history between the two, those 3 matches they've played, and whilst I think the Thailand Masters 2 years ago was the last time they met, and we're going back a few years for the other couple of meetings as well. So they haven't actually played much against each other, but you look at how they've both done on the World Tour and in those big tournaments, and on paper, Han Yue is head and shoulders above Nidaira.
Yeah, that Thailand Masters, the only time that it went the distance a couple of years ago. But the Singapore Open was very much Han Yue's.
Let's get punch clear.
Oh, what a shot.
It's a big 1-2 combination. Straight punch clear to force Nidaira all the way to the back line and open up the space on the cross. She found it so nicely.
It's a great start here from Han Yue. Nidaira's not really had a look in at all.
She's on the back foot almost every shot. Han Yue is, if she can keep this up, this could be a very one-sided scoreline.
That's gone long.
Serve server 2-6.
Great leave. That replay just showing us how close that really was. Making it look easy. Han Yue.
Server 7-2.
Aside from that clear that went long by only an inch or so, take any of the individual points played so far. The golfing class is obvious so far. It's going to take something special here for Nidaira.
just dictating everything, isn't she, Bobby?
That is beautiful.
Controlling the whole thing.
8-2.
Wonderfully done.
Shot making's been on point, and the creativity here, this deception, forehand, opening that racket up. Nidaira's going up the left side of the court, completely the wrong way. Anyway, making this look so easy.
You know, she's probably got this element of some unfinished business from last week.
Yeah, I agree. Different player, but still, Japanese opponents that you'd think she'd be on top of, and she's coming out to prove that here today, isn't she?
Absolutely.
It's as if the two sides of the court are different sizes. That's what I'm looking at. Hanue makes this, the whole thing look like, I mean, Nidaira's stretching for every shot.
Yeah.
And Hanue is just looking in so much control.
Thank you.
8-point lead already she's raced to with just 6 minutes on the board. Nicely done there by Nidaira. It was better.
Yeah, bit of confidence.
Serve.
She hasn't actually had that many opportunities to be deceptive. She hasn't. You need time on the shuttle to play a deception. You need to be there to play the immediate sort of reaction shots and then choose something different. And she's barely had the time to do that for the entire game so far. Nice to see her take the opportunity, though. Good net play.
Bit better here from Nidaira.
Anyway, having to defend well.
This could be the longest rally we've had. Oh, that was good. Good idea.
The shot was on.
Some encouraging moments just towards the end of this first half, as it were. But it is Hanue who's got this imperious 8-point lead here. 11-3 in the first game.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds. Play.
Some encouraging moments, perhaps, for Natsuki Nidaira. She needs all the encouragement she can get right now because Hanue has been that good.
Intensity level from Nidaira's going up, and it has to.
Yeah.
I think she has to appreciate this is going to take a mammoth physical effort to keep up with Hanue.
Well, the rallies certainly have got a little longer.
Court 3.
Well, it's the first time we've really heard the crowd get going, and that's just an indication of how one-sided it's been. They've just sort of gone along with things.
Yeah, maybe they sensing that Nidaira is fighting back into contention, although the scoreline won't suggest it. Just that Last two rallies suggesting there is definite fight in the Japanese. Oh, it's a lovely punch clear. Shot quality from Han Yue has been really good so far, especially finding those rear corners the way she has.
Two shots, obviously she knew what was going to happen there.
Credit to Nidaira for trying to play that shot. There was a simpler option, you know, she could have just sort of pushed it into the service line and not taken any chances, not made the error. But she's trying to force Han Yue to go that extra step, get that distance. He's on cruise control here. She's missed, but it's almost just it's that fluid movement.
13.
Doesn't look stretched.
She had a rather bemused look on her face there at that point.
Good.
On a separate point, Bobby, so far we're not necessarily getting any clear indications drift-wise, are we, in this match?
Not really. I think I'm surprised to see the shuttle being controlled in the back corners as well as it has been from Nidaira, from what we saw earlier in the mix.
Exactly.
And when it has gone long on either side, it's not been by much.
Yeah, it was a lot, wasn't it, in the previous match?
Yeah, really suggested that Nidaira was on the faster end, but it's not been as prevalent in this women's singles. Pretty big crowd in here for day one, 10 o'clock on a Tuesday morning. Good few thousand people in here, and
yeah, listen, it's building, isn't it?
I think there's a few sick notes flying around this part of China at the moment, because surely these people should be all at work.
Bobby, on our way out of the hotel at about 7:30, 7:40 this morning, the fans already lining up, waiting hungrily. I mean, there was only so many autographs you and I could sign, but...
I know, I was looking over my shoulder when I arrived at the hotel last night, for you actually, because
it's getting mobbed.
The lobby was mobbed. I thought Shazad can't be far away. No, I actually pulled up from the airport. Within seconds, the Japanese team bus arrived. You know, and how big is the Japanese team? The entourage, the coaches, the physios. It's always huge. Not just the players, and there are always plenty of players. It's that staff as well. And so suddenly,
swarm.
I couldn't move. You know, I was trying to check in and it's lovely to see, isn't it, in parts of the world, Indonesia, Malaysia, China, you've got the tournament hotels with all of these fans waiting, taking photos.
And I kind of like that they are allowed to sort of congregate a bit, and these guys it's good to see them treated like rock stars, you know, these players.
Yeah.
Remind me that she's rocking it at the moment as well, isn't she? Han Yue.
18-5.
Yeah, I wonder, it'll be interesting to see if the sort of intensity levels stay where they are in the second game, whether that change of ends has any bearing on this match, because it seems very one-sided for Han Yue at the moment. And hypothetically, if she is playing into the drift, and particularly in singles, that's where you want to be. That will help.
Exactly.
You can control the length of the shuttle better playing into the drift as a top player than you can playing with the drift.
But as you rightly mentioned, we haven't really seen a struggle, have we, necessarily from Nidaira on that front?
The hard thing to know is necessarily if she's not making errors at the back and she thinks she's playing with the drift, perhaps she's just taken off a little bit too much, and therefore Han Yue isn't hitting from the back line, which then opens the court up a bit more, gives her more options. We don't know. It's hard to see from this angle exactly where Han Yue is hitting from.
You're saying that there could be a tentativeness about Nidaira at the moment because of what's going on?
There could be.
Possibly.
Could be.
Right.
We've certainly seen Han Yue hit winners from the back court.
True.
Which suggests that she's either in a terrific position early on her own, or perhaps the length wasn't that great. Oh, I think that might have caught the line. No?
No. So one of the first of the 14 game points saved. And by the way, she's never lost. She's never been in single figures against Han Yue before, Nidaira, losing a game. I just wonder whether there is something more to the conditions.
I think that result last week has something to do with this. You know, Han Yue playing in Japan against Riko Gunji and losing a match she perhaps should have won. She's now the person on home soil against the Japanese opponent.
Yeah.
And she wants to make a statement.
Point, yeah. This has been the best period so far of the game for Nidaira. But I think Han Yue now wants to just wrap this up.
Oh! That bounced on her own service line, I think.
So very good first game for Han Yue. Absolutely dominated this. Yeah. And that's the lowest points total that Nidaira's ever scored against Han Yue in a game. Chastening start to this match. Han Yue, 21-9.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds. Line judge. Thank you.
So really now you'd think, Bobby,
game.
the message
Level.
to Nidaira is let's just draw a line under that one, shall we? Let's move on. Let's forget what happened there. Now you might be on a better end. Let's see how Han Yue copes with it.
Yeah, this is the biggest learning curve for me, is to whether there are any significant drift conditions that might have been part of the reason for the scoreline, and how these two cope with that, or whether Han Yue is simply playing so well and Nidaira unable to keep up at the moment. Han Yue, I think, as you mentioned, lost in the first round here last year. Big tournament, you know, one of the top 4 World Tour events, Super 1000s. she doesn't have those ranking points to protect necessarily, so it's a bit of a free hit. Oh!
Oh, it's a great shot. Great play, Hanya.
Well, it was a clean winner earlier. That deceptive forehand cross net.
2-1.
Nidaira gets a
Look at that.
racket to this one at least. Can't recover.
Thank you.
But I think the important thing, it's got to be playing in the mindset of Han Yue as well, is that she's 4 in the world at the moment, which, if things stay the same, going into the World Championships in France in August, she'll be the 4th seed.
Yeah.
And you'll want that seeded position in the draw, the top 4 places. Oh, good defence. Oh, look at that. The scoreline as it is, and still Han Yue celebrating that kind of point. Look, backhand position, out of position, and
There.
Thank you.
Nidaira.
That's got to be so frustrating for Nidaira.
I was going to say, must feel so frustrated she didn't put that away.
I think it's going away. I mean, look, I suspect you and I, throughout this week, are going to be talking about the World Champs coming up and what that means for these players and the preparation. And this is the last big tournament before that. Well, that's wild, isn't it?
Serve.
Yeah, it is, and those
2,
ranking
3.
points will help solidify your place in the seeding. I'm not sure when the seeding is done for the World, but it can't be too far away. And you know, top 1 and 2 in the world so important. And so Young and whoever's second will avoid each other, and you know, hypothetically all the way through to the final. But 3 and 4 as well eliminates other players that are highly ranked for you to meet them until, let's say, the quarters.
Much later.
You shouldn't meet somebody in the top 8 into the quarters. So,
Yeah.
you know, that makes obvious sense. But you don't really want to be 5th, if that makes sense as well, because, and at the moment, Chen Yufei is 5th in the world rankings, and nobody wants to play against Chen Yufei.
No.
Even An Se-young, despite what happened last week in Japan, where An Se-young wiped the floor with her.
But then we remember what happened in Singapore, where Chen Yufei beat her.
Right.
The only loss she's
Similarly.
had this year.
Yes. It's a strange little rivalry.
I know,
at the moment,
I love
actually.
it.
Yeah. I am expecting and hoping that Chen Yufei and An Se-young will be
Final.
in the World Championship final, and I cannot, if that happens, that's the one for me. That is the match that I will make sure I don't miss.
Yeah, I can't wait for that.
I say that, you and I are going to be there. but
5-3.
Now, Nidaira, for the first time in this match, has got the lead. You've got a shake of the head from Han Yue. Maybe she's a little happier now on this end.
she's been a little bit more aggressive in this second end so far.
Serve.
And if the conditions are as what we think they are, then she can be, right? A bit more aggressive.
She can, if she's playing into the drift now, you'd think she'd be a bit more aggressive and a bit more comfortable finding the rear corners.
Right.
You can hold the shuttle, hold your opponent on base, and fire it into those rear corners with confidence when you're playing into the drift. And particularly in singles, and particularly in women's singles, it's very important. Yeah. Comfortable looking clear, and it's gone miles out the back. That is suggesting that
6-4.
there is something to be a little bit concerned about from this
A couple
side.
of those so far.
Yeah.
Oof, there you go.
I was talking about Han Yue's punch clear in the first, and that again was an indication for me that she's got the confidence to play that as aggressively as she likes, because when you're playing flat into the rear corners into drift, it's still quite difficult to hit the shuttle out the back.
Oh, what a shot.
8-4.
Nidaira certainly really gaining in confidence here.
I'm surprised Han Yue isn't hitting down a bit more. Controlled attack is the sort of default when you're playing with drift. Don't want to be too defensive because it's difficult to find those rear corners.
Tell you what, the scoreline is completely flipped, isn't it? This is kind of where we were with Han Yue in the first game. .4 points on the trot. And that run comes to an end.
5-9.
Yeah, what tends to happen with endy conditions is matches go the distance. It's one of the things where the difference in the advantage you get is stronger, if you like, than the difference in, how do I say this, quality of player or expectation. You know, if you look at who's going to win a match on paper before it starts, you'd say Han Yue at this kind of score. You know, you could make a prediction. You then bring drift into the equation.
Levels it, isn't it?
Well, more, what I'm saying is it more than levels it.
Yeah.
It doesn't just make it a 50-50.
Yeah,
It means each of the players will win on the better end of the court.
Yeah. Which is why the toss becomes quite an interesting factor, doesn't it?
And we saw the change of ends at the beginning of this match. Now, if it was me, I like to finish the match on the better end. So if I won the toss, I'd start on the worst end.
Yeah.
Possibly lose the first game, hopefully win the second, and then when you get to the third, you're playing the final stages of the match on the better end. If you can keep the score relatively tight by the mid-game interval, you'd then feel confident finishing the match, and that was always my style. Other players are different. Other players
like to get a good start.
Yeah.
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 Well, Nidaira has got a 6-point lead here in the second game. Much better from her. She was completely outplayed in the first. This is a fascinating juncture of this match.
Part 1, 20 seconds. Part 1, 20 seconds.
So after winning a first game, Han Yue, over her career, has gone on to win a match 70% of the time. Now that has gone up a big percentage this year alone, which would show just how good her form is. It goes up to 82% of matches won after taking the first game for Han Yue.
Shot to end that previous rally. That return of serve looked so, well, almost half-hearted.
She's really got to have maximum concentration now, Han Yue.
6-12.
Pump this down.
I don't think we're going to see all that many long rallies for the rest of the second game. I just get the feeling Han Yue is either going to look for the winning shots with something a bit flashy like that one, or try and put the shuttle away early and either hit the winner, hit a mistake, or perhaps give Nidaira the chance to counter. I think the conditions for Han Yue are such that she doesn't want to waste that much energy fighting hard for this second game. She'll either win or lose cheaply and take us to a third. That's my feeling.
Yeah, it looks like that at the moment. Well, Nidaira's the polar opposite of
7-13.
Han Yue. She's overall her record after the crowd.
Did you say after winning the first?
For that was earlier for Han Yue.
Han Yue.
Yeah, she
wins the match 70% of the time. Is that what you
in
said?
her career, but 81% for this year alone. So she's been much better at that in 2025.
8-13. No, it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, good attack to set up the opportunity there. Look at the touch. Beautiful. Can't control the length. Oh,
Being
Natsuki
challenged.
Nidaira challenges called in.
well, it was called good.
I thought it was.
I thought it
out.
went long.
Yeah.
I think Nidaira has got a good sense to challenge this one.
It's interesting because Hanya has gone long far more than Nidaira has. Oh, wow.
Look at that. Rolling.
Yeah.
Challenge unsuccessful. One
We didn't see
challenge
Nidaira
remains.
struggle with the length so much, did we?
9-13.
As much as Hanya has.
No, and I think she was playing sort of passively,
Yeah.
almost.
She's in within herself, not
She
wanting to push too much.
Yeah, because she was scared of hitting it out. So
Yeah.
you take a bit off, you take a bit too much off, and you make it easy for your opponent. And I think that's what we looked at
14.
for much of the first game. The amount of winners we saw from Hanyue, that cross slice, which looks even better when you're playing into drift because you're slicing it to take the pace off. The initial moment it comes off the racket, it's got pace, but it then tails away really quickly. So when you're playing into the drift, the drop shot, the slice drop shot looks even better because it's shorter. Yeah, it's finished before the service line, for example.
Silver.
We saw one earlier in this game from Nidaira. Oh, that's lovely. She's playing really nicely around the net, Hanyue.
Oh, good shot.
Yeah, Nidaira now attacking those rear corners a bit more. It's good play from Hanyue. It's in. Oh, just long.
Not quite holding up for Nidaira. Just 3 points in it.
Yeah, I thought this was going to stay in court with that drift. Can't have been far out. What a leave.
What a leave. In trouble, and Nidaira puts that away. It's the closest that Hanya has been in a while, 3 points.
11.
Now the crowd sensing they've got to play their part.
Penultimate defensive shot. Hanyue could have done a little bit more with that.
That's going to be out.
16-11.
Oh, great shot.
The whole arena had the same reaction as us then.
Couldn't finish it off.
17-11.
And she is now back up to 6 points in front here, Nidaira. Giving herself a fair bit of breathing space. Getting a bit of a taste of her own medicine.
18-11.
I knew it.
Yeah, you got the sense early on in this game. It's almost all or nothing in some of the shots she's making. I think Hanyue has got a bit left in the tank. Oh,
that 12-18. Quick.
She needs to put on
Thank you.
a big run of points herself.
I think it's going to be fascinating. Fully expecting this to go to a deciding game here. But it's going to be interesting to what extent Hanyu can get a good lead. First half of the decider, should we get to the decider.
Serves over 19-12.
It's a funny game at times, isn't it? The contrast in the opening game to what we're looking at now. It's like a different match, different players.
I mean, she was really struggling, Natsuki Nidaira, in the first game, and she's now got 8 game points in the second. Wrapped up nicely. That will do her a world of good. Natsuki Nidaira, for only the second time in 4 matches, has managed to win a game off Hanyu. We'll be going to a third shortly, after she won at 21-12.
先把这个人打好再说，好不好？啊，全力。所以在这边的话，中前场你拿高就可以放，可以结果啊，千万别让他抢到那种绝对主动。绝对主动的话，你是会有影响啊，其他的都没什么啊，就要想好这个战术啊。
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds. Final game. Level. Play.
So Bobby was kind of speculating earlier about what kind of lead Hanyu would have potentially at the before the change of ends, halfway through this third game. Won what, 4, 5, 6 kind of points you're looking at?
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if the scoreline's something like 11-4 at the break.
It's kind of been around that mark, isn't it, so far?
Yeah,
for both players.
The conditions not only affecting the scoreline, but affecting the way in which the players then go about their business. You know, if Hanyu had given her utmost effort in the seconds, despite the conditions, the scoreline wouldn't have been 21-12, it would have been close.
Right.
But the thing is, she could have been in a real dogfight at 18 all and probably still lost the game. And it would have taken, you know, 30-40 minutes just to get through the second game, lose it anyway, and then have to fight in the third. And so you can understand it. The
There we go.
The rulings are that players need to give their best effort to win the match. And so, arguably, Manuel, by conserving some energy, is giving her best effort to get the job done. So you can't fault her for the style in which she went about the second game. And credit to Nidaira as well. She did get the job done, but she was helped by those conditions. She played it quite smartly.
Yeah.
I don't think she had to actually give her utmost best to get the job done, because it was made easy for her to some extent.
Annoyed by that because she's had a flawless start to this third game up till then.
Yeah, I said 11-4. I think Manuel was hoping for 11-love.
That's out. I mean, the flip side to all this, Bobby, is that the players will have gleaned enough information on this so-called harder end by now to, you'd think, counter some of the effects, wouldn't you say?
I'd say Nidaira has actually probably learned a bit more from her experience on this side of the court than Manuel has.
3-4.
Now.
But that's just today. I mean,
Yeah.
these players are so used to this situation.
Sure.
They'll know, they'll have a plan, they'll have their game style, how they approach. When it really matters, when they have to win, as in a third game, when you have to win on the bad side, what do? What sort of shots do you play?
Yeah.
What do you look for? I mean, everything's compiled here. Everything here at the moment is made to look easier for Manuel, and she knows that. Nidaira can't press hard and flat into the rear corners, so she can either lift high, in which case Manuel's got loads of time, and the risk is either goes up the back or it comes up short anyway, so it makes Manuel's job even easier, or you try and play net. So if Nidaira's going to try and play a bit net, a bit more often, Manuel can step forward expecting that, and again, Manuel's got a bit more of an advantage. So
Nidaira in deciding games wins 62% of the time, by the way. Over her career. And Manuel, interestingly, 53% of the time, but from the start of this year, in the deciding game, she's only won 29% of matches in the deciding game. So it's not been great for her in 2025 in these sort of situations. That's generally because she wins in straight games.
Nidaira doing well here to keep the shot in court. These lifts and clears.
She's trying to keep herself in contention here.
Yeah, she's doing well at every point Nidaira can get before the break. So important.
Keep herself in the hunt is key.
Nice shot. Good rally. Almost makes it an unfair game. The ability that Manuel has to go flat and hard there into those rear corners. Nidaira can't really do that. Playing with the drift. Lovely.
Key for Hanya now, who leads by 5.
9-4.
This is on track as far as Hanya is concerned right now.
Wide, is it? No. Well played.
Serve 5-9.
I think a 4-point lead at the break for Hanyue will be pretty close. It's going
You think that's not quite enough?
Yeah, that'll make it quite interesting. That ought to put us at a position where we're looking at the potential for extra points. And then it just becomes a dogfight finish, doesn't it? Anyway, we'll want 5 or 6 at least to be in front at the turnaround.
Finish, yeah.
6-9.
Nidaira working so hard for every single one of these. Getting the result there. I think the danger for Hanyue right now is she's playing a little bit passively, almost trying to tire out Nidaira.
Such a different feel to this entire match when we last saw these players on these ends in the first game. Hanyue was all over Natsuki Nidaira.
Yeah, big combination there. Flat into that rear corner, opens up the court, goes cross. We saw it in the first quite a few times. Just noticed there when Nidaira went down how much strapping she's got on her knees and thighs. That sort of skin-coloured tape.
I've only just noticed that now when you said it because of that skin colour tape.
Yeah, it's difficult from this angle to really see it, but when you get up close, both legs heavily strapped up. It's the best rally we've seen, I think. Match on our hands now.
Oh. So important there for Hanyue. She's got the lead, which she would have wanted. It's 5 points. Is that going to be enough? Fascinatingly poised now for the last part of this match.
Natsuki, get ready.
So in her career, Natsuki Nidaira has played 9 top 5 players And she's never beaten them. She's only once taken a top 5 player to 3 games before today. That was He Bingjiao at the Asian Games. So in some ways, this is already a bit of an achievement.
Look at the intensity of Han Yue compared to anything we saw in the second game when she was on this end. She gives out the battle cry and the crowd respond as well. That's quite nice.
Only once before has she faced, Natsuki Nidaira faced a top 5 player in the opening round. That's Chen Yufei in the Indonesia Open. She would have looked at this draw today and thought, oh dear, but she's really holding her own. Needs to get some points on the board soon, though, in this half.
Serve 7-12.
Good smash from Nidaira. Really well played. Oh.
8-12.
She's talking to herself there, Han Yue.
It was interesting to see how quickly she was back on court during the break. She did the same thing at the last interval. That opportunity to rest a bit, hydrate, talk with the coach, and yet she probably came out halfway through, waiting on court to get going. Definitely a sign of confidence, you'd think. Oh, that's wild.
Wow, wow.
9-12.
3 points in this now.
Nidaira just has to stay patient, keep working hard. Doesn't need to necessarily go for anything crazy. Both players deciding to go for patience. That's gone wide, hasn't it? Ooh. Can't see the line judge from where they sat.
Hold out.
Yeah, signal was out. I think this did just miss the line.
Yeah. There was a bit of a wry smile on the face of Han Yue there. But boy, does she need this. This would just take her within 2 of her opponent. And well, that's out.
Serve 13-9. Play.
Four points in this.
Something went wrong there for Nidaira.
14-9.
I suspect the lift was really short because she didn't get back in position.
Line judge. Line judge.
Just good play, I think. Good footwork from Han Yue. Look at the weak position she was in there. Too close to the court. Wasn't down low. Wasn't wide. Very unusual.
Battling away now. Each and every point. Han Yue in a decent position.
Thank you. Thank you. Han Yue.
Great shot there from Nidaira.
Yeah, very aggressive, wasn't it? Anticipated the short serve. Took it nice and early. Oh no!
Important there for Hanyue. Let's a little battle cry out.
It's okay. It's okay. Return the shuttle now.
Tried to be deceptive, I think. She kind of took the shuttle later than she could have. Could have taken that early. Just lifted it out to the rear corner. Mistake there from Nidaira. Not just the missed shot, I mean, shot selection.
Well, she needed that desperately.
Server 11-15.
Yeah, well played. Oh, nice deception. Nidaira, though, equal to that.
Oh, lovely shot. Doesn't make it over for Nidaira.
Server 16-11.
It's a hard-fought rally. Looking for perfection there, Nidaira. Patience was the call earlier, though. Doesn't need to be this tight. That's a couple of errors she's made at the net in the last couple of minutes.
Thank you.
5-point lead here, Hanyue enjoys. Nidaira wants to stay in this. Got to do something here.
See, I don't think she needs to do too much. Just go out there and play with quality. And let the conditions help you. Like, let them, don't try and force it.
Server.
And whilst the scoreline was 5 points, now 4 points difference, for me, Nidaira is still very much within a 50-50 chance of winning this. Just play each point for it as it counts. And let the game evolve. It's easy for us to say that, of course. Well played.
There's a decent cushion now, 5 points. And yeah, at the business end of this match.
That's the way to play with the drift behind you. Just clip it down nice and quick. Not an all-out smash, but fast slices, clip smashes. I keep seeing Hanyue coughing, you know, in between points and things. I wonder whether
100%.
Yeah, that result last week against Riko Gunji in the quarter-final, and I just wonder whether today she's physically not quite at her best.
Working out for Nidaira right now.
Yeah, that will really be demoralising.
Let's get ready. Get ready.
It is warm in here as well, isn't it? We're certainly feeling it up here.
Well played, Nidaira. Really well played.
She had us scrambling around.
Serve 15-18.
Steps in early, pushing the shots out into the rear corners flat. This one That really did the damage.
Thank you. Manuel.
It's funny how little we've seen of that. Hanue on the back foot, you know, trying, diving around, trying to retrieve. We saw plenty of it in his first game from Nidaira,
yeah.
And Hanue was in charge.
Play.
So still got the potential to go the distance.
Yeah, she can get a point or two here.
Oh, that was short. Put away nicely by Hanue. Couldn't find the length here, Nidaira. Yeah, hitting from inside that double back service line.
Natsuki, check, okay?
Yeah, it's really slowed down, isn't it? Towards the end of this match. Oh, it's a challenge from Nidaira.
Ball out.
That would be a shame. Had time there. Could have played an early net shot, a deceptive net shot. She went for the deceptive drive up the line. And playing into the drifts, that's a pretty good option, normally.
Looked clearly out, didn't it?
I think it was out, yeah. And be a real shame for.
Oh, wow! It's a lot closer than I thought it was.
It's a couple of brilliant leads on the back line from Hanue.
5 match points then for Hanue.
Play. Silva, 16-20.
Very emotive reaction from Hanue at the end of that rally.
Is that in? Oh. Yeah, worth a challenge.
I thought either way this was getting challenged.
The crowd making their feelings very clearly known here.
I think the length was fine. I think she's just gone wide. That was my initial thought. She's smiling either way.
Well, not
challenge
gone
successful.
The way
One
of
challenge remaining.
Hanue. 3 points in this.
Play.
It's just tightened up a bit here at the end, and that's a great hold to win the match.
What a net shot. That's a few times we've seen that in this match from her. What a great way to finish.
Well, it's a credit to Natsuki Nidaira, who looked out of sorts in that first game. She bounced back brilliantly in the second. For Hanue's 6-point lead, a 5-point lead, I should say, at the interval, ultimately helping her out.
She has to work hard for this match to cope with the second in that way. Almost an acceptance of the way it was going to go and refocus for the third to get the job done.
So, Han Yue, then the fourth seed from China, beats Japan's Natsuki Nidaira 21-9, 12-21, 21-17 in just over an hour. Two matches down. Third one to come is men's singles. The world champion Kunlavut Vititsan, the top seed here from Thailand, plays Indonesia's Alwi Farhan. These are the kind of sights that are on offer in the city of Changzhou, which is playing host to the HSBC BWF China Open 2025. Our third match here on Court 1 on the opening day sees Kunlavut Vititsan, the top seed from Thailand, the world champ. He plays the former world junior champion Alwi Farhan of Indonesia. Well, they're part of the draw. The winner of the match coming up will play either Malaysia's Leong Junhao or Kenta Nishimoto of Japan. As we await our players to make it on to Court 1, just talking to Bobby Griffin here about conditions. And Bobby, it just looks at the moment, as of now, singles matches could go the distance at times with those with the drift that we're seeing.
Yeah, there seems to be a faster end, which is away from us, so to speak, looking down the main camera angle. But may not have as much impact in this match, which I am so excited to watch, by the way.
I saw a great photograph posted yesterday of these two together as juniors. Kunlavut's obviously a few years older than Alwi Farhan. It's the first meeting as senior players, but it was just such a lovely photo to see the two of them in their teens, early teens,
serving there. Okay.
with each other.
Choice of ends there, importantly. I think it was Alwi Farhan who chose the far end. Yeah, I mean, terrific junior players. Farhan, world junior champion in 23 in Spokane, USA. And Kunlavut, famously, of course, 3 times in a row world junior champion. 2 years young, then a year young, then on his year. Hugely impressive. Not the only player to do that in history, but still, it's still an amazing achievement.
Here is a man in question. Kunlavut Vititsan is 24, 173 centimeters tall, from the capital, Bangkok. And he is the world #1, the Olympic silver medalist from Paris last year, the reigning world champion. Gets to defend that title next month. Was finished second in 2022. Is the current Asian champion as well, as Bobby mentioned. Triple World Junior Champion 2017 and 2019. He's a former Asia Champion in 2019 as well. Alvi Farhan is 4 years younger, a little bit shorter as well, and he is playing at 28 at the moment. He won the World Juniors in 2023 in Spokane, and it's got one title to his name, the Indonesia Masters, the Super 100 event from last year.
I wonder when that height information was captured. He's not shorter than Kundavu.
Yeah, yeah, actually looks taller.
I mean, he turned 20 last month. You know, he's a teenager back in May.
Actually, yes, when you look at it, yeah.
But when you're a teenager and you collect somebody's height, surely you need to update that when they become an adult, because so many times we see that, and he's clearly not 5'6" or 7" or whatever that said.
Yeah, you're right.
He's at least 5'9", 5'10". Alvi Farhan.
I know you're a big fan of Alvi Farhan's. Watching him through the juniors, right?
Yeah, I love to see and have the opportunity to see these top senior players compete when they were younger. You know, you don't know they were going to be world beaters at the time. You had the sense for Kundavu, of course, 3 times junior world champion was impressive. But Alvi Farhan winning in Spokane, I think he was a year young as well at the time. Or it might have been his age group, but there's a couple of really strong young Indonesian players in singles. Ubadillah is another one coming through.
That's right.
He's going to be, I mean, you're looking at the future when the likes of Ginting and Christie retire, and Indonesia have already got it. And they're well, he's no longer a teenager as of 2 months ago, but you know, you've got it in these youngsters, and he's just got everything about his game, and also he's such a nice guy. He'll give you the time of day. He'll sit and have a nice friendly chat. You know, he's not got that kind of yes about him, which he may well have later.
Well,
you know,
give it time. No, I'm just kidding.
On my left, Alvi Farhan.
He works so hard.
Indonesia.
You see him in the gym at these tournaments and around the world as well, and you know, he really does deserve everything he's getting, if you like, at the moment. Such a good player to watch.
Sydney Galos, our umpire. Gaurav Khanna from India, the service judge.
1 love.
Be interesting to see how Kunlavut handles this trickier end.
Service over. 1-0.
Quite friendly with the former Indonesia men's singles coach, Erwin Shire, who for the many years we've seen sat behind Christine Ginting and Alvi Farhan. And I was chatting with him last night in the hotel about how excited he is to see what happens here today. He's obviously no longer working with them. He's coaching PV Sindhu
2-1
for the last 6-7 months or so. But a few months ago, I was happy to be using the gym at the same time as the Indonesian team, and Erwin Shah was there, so we were all chatting, and he introduced